There are three main stages of healing that I see when working somatically with clients. The first stage is the most common, and it's where most people are coming in the door with, and where we spend a lot of time. That is just coming into regulation with your nervous system. In somatic experiencing, we call this stabilization work. This is working with someone to be able to remember, or for their body to remember how to come out of a stress state. If we can get that movement out of the nervous system and into a more down regulated state, then we are teaching your body how to come back into its natural organic rhythm. In stage 2, we are actively working with activation. We are purposely coming in and creating some activation or defense strategy or stress state in your nervous system, only to the point where you feel right at that kind of growth edge, like I'm okay, but I'm a little nervous, or I'm okay, but I feel a little bit of uncomfortableness, but not over the threshold. That place on the edge, I like to call it the wobble, that's where we actually grow our capacity to be able to be with bigger and bigger stress without feeling overwhelmed. The goal is, can you meet your life and be able to feel more comfortable in it? We are titrating that really tightly so that your nervous system still gets to experience the success of coming out of the stress state, which is really key to being able to reorganize or renegotiate your nervous system and find more permanent change. Stage 3 is less of a stage, but maybe an additional process that we start to work with once the system is able to really handle kind of coming into a stress state and coming out of it. We start to work with specific trauma history. This in somatic experiencing is considered trauma renegotiation. We are going into a specific event and feeling the defensive strategies that the nervous system and your body had but didn't get to complete. In some way they were interrupted, most likely because it wasn't the safest option for you to use that defensive strategy. We are purposely going into a traumatic experience and then very slowly, with a lot of support and a lot of present age time self on board, witnessing yourself, we start to work through an event that was traumatic and come into a little bit of that activation, allow the body to come into its defense strategy, and then follow that through into a completion. What that helps to do is it releases the charge or the activation around the event, and so that the next time you go into that event, or the next time there is a stressor in your life that reminds you of that history, your body doesn't have as much electrical charge behind it, and so that you can actually be with your trauma, you can be with your history from a place of connection, more empathy, more self-compassion, and be able to also be in your life in a way where you're not always feeling triggered or really affected by things that maybe remind you of your history. And that is when we actually get to feel better and have more joy and the full range of human experience in our life. And I think that's really the goal of healing. Let me know if you have more questions about healing stuff. I'd love to help. Okay, bye.